recording is going. All right. So what are we doing here? We're all a part of SOCH 228, Research Methods and Statistics, which I'm sure the title of this class excites everybody. Everyone's like, yes, I love stats. Yes, I love research methods. I know y'all are as hyped as I am. And speaking of me, my name is Sean. I think I know maybe a couple of you, maybe from other classes. But just a quick introduction. Name is Sean Zimney. I am a Concordia grad. See, I can prove it. Got the ring and everything. I live in Washington, D.C. I just recently moved to Washington, D.C., and I'm in the higher ed space. So if you're looking for internships out in Washington, D.C., I work for the Washington Center, which cultivates and runs big seminars and internships out here. So if you're like, hey, post this class, hey, professor, I'm actually really interested in doing that, you got your in here. So why am I teaching research methods and statistics? Well, it's what I do. It's what I do a lot of. So I went to graduate school for sociology, for applied sociology, studied sociology and social activism at Concordia, and did a lot of research, and continue to do a lot of research. So worked in, and I'm going to be mentioning these places. We're going to be reading some stuff from these places, like the Social Research Lab, Springtide Research Institute, a place called Bridgeworks. Worked in the disability mental health services nonprofit space for a while, higher ed, all that sort of stuff. So, and infused in all of these roles have been really applied research. And we'll get into what I deem applied research and non-applied research. And I think y'all will enjoy the applied section a lot more than just research for the sake of research. I'm willing to bet on that. So the class format as well. So you see this office hours link there. I'll get into office hours in a second too, but we are an online course. I'm glad all y'all made it to the Zoom link. That's a great first step. It would have been a problem if no one could access a Zoom link. That'd have been difficult. But this is where we're going to primarily meet on our Fridays. So we are an online hybrid, both synchronous and asynchronous course. So Mondays and Wednesdays, we will not meet live like this. Y'all will meet in Old Main 302, which is our classroom designated. And on those days, you will watch the recordings for those specific dates. So there's Monday recordings and Wednesday recordings. They're on the Moodle page. So you can always go back and reference them, which would be particularly helpful when we're doing statistical analyses, walkthroughs. So you're always going to have those recordings. So even as you do your assignments and everything, those scary statistical assignments, you're going to be able to literally just step by step walk through those processes. So that hopefully already calming some of the fears. I promise we're going to get through. And then you're going to be in those classes with Yelitsa, who's on the call. And I'll let Yelitsa introduce herself in just actually the next slide in a second. Who is a resource for you all, who is our class tutor. So you'll have someone that you can bounce questions off of and someone who will be in person on those days. And we can be flexible with those schedules too. So let's say Elite is maybe not able to be there. Y'all can, take the class externally, just like you're doing right now. You don't have to be in a classroom on days like Fridays where we're meeting online. Speaking of Fridays, we'll just use this same exact Zoom link. You just can store this Zoom link in your phone or in your computer and notes somewhere. This will be the same Zoom link we use every Friday. There'll be a couple of Fridays where we have asynchronous days where actually we won't meet, and I'll just let you all do things like work on assignments and those sorts of things. Make sure you have enough time in your busy schedules. But for the most part, on Fridays, we will meet live, not a recording, using this link. You can go to the Old Main classroom. I mean, feel free to use that at this time as much as you'd like, or you could take these Friday classes from home, or because how else are you going to see that cat, Sam, if you're not taking it from home on Friday? So I'm totally down for that. Now, office hours. So my office hours are listed as Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 5. That really varies. My work schedule is quite varied, and I'm an hour ahead of you all. So really what I say is just, if you want to meet one-on-one, I'll make whatever works for you all work for me. So if you want to meet, just send me a quick email. Hey, can we meet Wednesday? Yes, we can meet Wednesday. What this time works best, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. So anytime you all want to chat, we'll just hop on this Zoom link and that'll kind of be our office hours. Okay, so I introduced myself. I want to let Yelitsa introduce herself as well. I think Yelitsa's on the call. I can't see everyone when I share my screen. Um, but I want to, Yelitsa's our class tutor. She's going to be an incredible resource. She took this course last year and was phenomenal in it. And so she's amazing. Yelitsa's the best. Yelitsa, please introduce yourself, your name, what you're studying at Concordia, and why you love this class so much that you're going to be a tutor for it.
Hi everyone. My name is Yelitsa Nartitron. If you need help with my name, just ask me. It's okay if you get it wrong the first time. Most people do. Yeah, I took this course last year. Oh, I'm a sociology major with an international affairs minor, along with a pre-law minor when I go to law school. Since I'm a sociology major, I took this class last spring semester. You on it, and they asked me to kind of be a class tutor, as some of the things can be kind of tricky with it being online, and it's better for someone to be in the classroom with you. So like Sean said, I'll be in the classroom Monday and Wednesday for that time, like around an hour, even if the recorded sessions aren't the whole time. I'll be there for like an hour if you have questions right then and there. Or you can also make an appointment with me through Navigate. I'll send an email a little bit later next week about how to do that as well. So if you need help, like outside of class time, you could do that. Or even like if you can't meet during my availability, you can email me and we can figure something out.
Awesome. Thanks, Yelitsa. Yeah, she'll be a wonderful resource for you all. And like Yelitsa mentioned, in those Monday, Wednesday times where you're watching class recordings, I've already recorded several of them because I wanted to get a little bit ahead so you had them there to review. You're going to see that none of them are an hour. And so the nice thing about those class recordings is because they live on the Moodle page, you can watch the half hour. I think the longest I've seen is like 40 minutes or so, maybe 45 I recorded. And so in class, when I record stuff, I tend to go through things fairly quickly, as we all do when we're just thinking to ourselves, essentially. So at any point, you can pause those recordings, or like Yelitsa said, you have that extra time with Yelitsa, so you can talk through things. Or maybe when you go back to your dorm room and you're studying, because that's what every day you're going to study this class. I know you are. You can always rewind. I'm kidding, everybody. You can always rewind those videos and you can reference them yourselves. But it's good to have a collective place where you could ask Yelitsa questions. And maybe there's going to be questions that Yelitsa doesn't have the ready answer for, because there are questions that I don't always have the ready answer for when it comes to stats and methods, because there's so many of them. Then then Yelitsa can just come back to me with the questions, and then we can answer them in Friday sessions like this when we're live. So big thanks to Yelitsa there. Introduction to the course. So it's pretty basic. It's not like, a medical sociology course, for example, or something like that, where it's like we're really thinking very broadly in broad topics. We are really focused on research methods and statistics. And so this course is designed to teach those. Like how do we think about research? How do we design research? My main goal is to help you foster a sense of research literacy. And what I mean by that is when you look at a study after this course is finished, you can say, were those good methods or were those bad methods? When you look at things out in, I don't know, articles online or newspapers or other people tweets or whatever, and people talk about their sources, you can identify, did they actually go about that in the right way or did they not? Those are the things I'm going to care about. Really think about the applied nature of research. I don't want to talk about theory for an hour every class period. We're just really going to talk about what are the applications, maybe even in your careers, for things like statistics and research methods. And we're going to be going over, we're not going to go over every single thing in statistics, okay? Let me just make sure that y'all understand that. We're not going into in-depth level calculus sort of things. We're going to be talking about kind of those more entry level, you can call them descriptive statistics. All that's going to make sense as we begin our quantitative unit. I want to make sure that y'all don't have to be math experts to get through this class effectively. I promise that. You can review like the course description and the student learning outcomes, all that sort of stuff on the syllabus, which is linked online. And there is no required reading either. All the readings are online or uploaded already to the Moodle page. So hopefully that makes things a little bit easier as well. All right, I've talked enough. I want to hear from you all. I want to get to know you all a little bit. Everyone's going to get to go. I want you to tell us your name, your year at Concordia, your honest thoughts about research methods, and going into this class. Like, are you nervous about it? Do you really love math or statistics? What familiarity you have? Anything like that? And then I want your favorite movie as well. All right. Who wants to go first? I won't call on someone, I promise. Jacob, you want to go first? Grant.
Yeah, whoever. My name is Jacob. I'm a junior at Concordia. I'd say I'm pretty nervous about going into this class. I don't really feel like this is one of my better topics, but obviously just got to keep an open mind about it. I'd say one of my favorite movies is Hacksaw Ridge. I really like that movie.
That's a good one. I saw Hacksaw Ridge in my early days in college when it first came out, I think. Yeah, something you're going to learn about me, everybody. Big movie nerd. It's a problem. Like I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, oh yeah, he probably watches a little bit too many movies. No, you don't understand. Like it's an issue. I might reference it every class. Anyway, thank you, Jacob. Who wants to go next? And you don't have to like raise your hand or anything like that. You can just unmute and go.
Yeah, I can go. I'm Sam. I'm a senior at Concordia. Honest thoughts. I have to take this to graduate. That's that's the reason I'm here. But I haven't taken a math course in a long time, and I kind of enjoy math. So hopefully it's not too difficult to get back into, and I hope I enjoy it. But yeah, I'd say somewhat looking forward to it. And then my favorite movie is probably The Thing.
The 1980s, the thing, or the 1950s?
Yeah, the older one.
Yeah, solid pick. That's the first time I think I've heard that in like ever, like a student say the thing. So props to you and Hacksaw Ridge for that, man. I mean, we're already off to such a strong start. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. My name is Lucy. I'm a freshman at Concordia, and um, my honest thoughts about this class, I'm not very strong in math at all. It's definitely a hard topic, but I've also never taken a stats class, so I guess I'm kind of nervous about the class, but I think it'll go well. And then my favorite movie, Napoleon Dynamite.
Good poll there. Yeah, I'm with you. That's a good one. Thank you, Lucy. Who is next?
Okay, I'll go. My name is Jamin Klosterman. I'm a junior at Concordia. Honest thoughts, I'm horrible at math. I've never gotten above a C in a math class except for my one here at Concordia. Shout out to Dr. B. He's the best math teacher in the world. So, but I'm very nervous, not good at math at all. And my favorite movie is Miracle on Ice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And good shout out to Dr. B. Dr. B rules. All right. Absolutely. And I promise, I mean, I can't make any promises, Unity, but I think all these folks who are nervous about math, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to make too many predictions because then if you hate it and you're like, you liar, I don't want to be called a liar. So I don't dare make predictions. All right. Thank you, Jamin. Who's next?
I can go
Uh,
next. Oh, sorry. My name's Luke. I'm a junior here at Concordia. Honest thoughts about this class. I took a statistics class in high school. I liked it, but I wasn't very good at it, I don't think. So hopefully I'm better in this one. And my favorite movie is The Big Lebowski.
Nice. Nice.
I can go next. I am Reichen Engel. I am a freshman at Concordia. My honest thoughts about this class, I am not much of a math person, but I am interested to see where it takes me throughout this class. And my favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption.
Tough to argue that one. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. My name's Neil. I'm a junior, and I haven't taken a math class in a while, so um, it's gonna be interesting. But I'm pretty excited about this class as well. And I'm also a big movie guy, so I don't really have a favorite per se, because I watch it. I watch a movie every. It's like a tradition to watch a movie every week. So I'd say, but I'm really into the horror movie genre. So my recent fave is Nosferatu. I
It was a
just
good
watched
one.
that. Yeah.
Nosferatu's guy. I'm a big Robert Eggers guy myself, so I
hmm
love The Lighthouse. That movie, that's one of my favorites. Love it. Great. Thank you, Neil. Who wants to go next?
I can go. My name is April. I'm a junior at Concordia. Um, I'm not too worried about like the stats part, like the math part. I'm pretty okay with at math, but like research methods and stuff, it's hard for me to stay like engaged. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for my brain to like focus on like hard research and whatnot. But
Sure.
so like, I don't know. I'm like a little nervous, but I think it'll be fine. And my favorite movie is probably Tangled.
Love it. And there has to be one Pixar, choice in every class. So I respect that. I respect that. Thanks, April. Who is next?
I'll go. My name is Ezra. I'm a sophomore. I'm not really a math person, but I'm looking forward to this class. And my favorite movie is Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I think I first watched Pitch Perfect on a plane. I don't know why that sticks out to me so much. But that, like you mentioned, it just jotted that out of the back of my brain, like deep memories. I don't know what that was about it, but also a good pull. Thank you, Ezra. Who wants to go next?
I can go. My name is Jessica, and I am a senior at Concordia. Honest thoughts about this class. I took a statistics class in high school and I loved it, so I'm very interested to see kind of what comes back maybe through that. And I also love research. So I'm kind of just interested to see how it ties together like with math. But yeah. Oh, and my favorite movie is the new Wicked movie.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Wicked ruled. I love that.
Yes.
Love that movie. Thanks, Jessica. Who wants to go next?
I can go. I'm Katie. I'm a junior, and I kind of like math, but I guess I don't know. I like algebra and stuff, so maybe this will be different, but I'm a little nervous. And then one of my favorite movies is Hot Fuzz.
Heck yeah. I've not heard that one been pulled either. Hot Fuzz is also amazing. I love that pick. That's great. That is great. Thank you, Katie. It looks like we just have a couple more. Who wants to go next?
I can present next. I'm Natalie. I'm a senior at Concordia. I feel like I have like a pretty solid understanding of like research. We did like a mock community-based participatory research last semester in one of the higher level social work classes. Um, but just getting into like the why, I'm really interested in like this class. My favorite movie is Where the Crawdads Sing. I watched the movie first and then read the book, but I was so impressed by like the adaptation of the movie. Because sometimes movies don't do the book justice, but this was a really good adaptation.
Did you like the movie more than the book, or the book more than movie, or just on par with each other?
I feel like some of the details in the book were left out in the movie, so I
Mhm.
like the book more, but it was still like a really solid film.
For sure. For sure. Thanks, Natalie. I think Randy is next. I think, or the last one left, I think. I could be wrong as well.
Hello?
Hey, ready?
Okay, yeah. So my name is Randy. I am a third year. Are we saying majors, right? Or,
Yeah, you can say your major if you want.
well, I'm a social work psych major. Favorite movie? I don't really have one. And with stats, I'm really nervous because I'm not really good with math. Yeah, so.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, thank you, everyone. Did I miss anybody? Anyone out there that I missed? Speak now or forever hold your peace. This is when we do meet on Fridays, we'll have questions of the day where we go through. I'll ask you all a question of the day. It'll be simple stuff like, what is your major? Or, hey, what's your favorite class you're taking? What's your favorite book, TV show? That's just how I take attendance rather than over Zoom trying to coordinate all that. I just wanted to point out something that several of you said about statistics and like not loving math. So the thing you're going to find, and I think this is good for everybody, except for I think one person mentioned that they actually liked algebra. That might have been Katie. I think it was Katie. So Katie's going to be the only one disappointed by this sentence. Is that these social science statistics are a lot different than your traditional math or traditional statistics class. So we're not going to be writing formulas. We're not going to be doing hand math. We're going to be using statistical software called SPSS that you're going to download and get access to. So it's going to be different than your maybe traditional math class. But I promise, Katie, it's still going to be mathy enough that you're going to enjoy it. So just want to preempt you all. Did I just see a dog, Natalie? That's fantastic. Congratulations. I love dogs.
I chatted her and told her to show the dog.
Good. Well done, both. Good
Gotta
coordination.
sit in my lap every time I'm on a Zoom meeting. She just sits here and sits with me. She's learning.
Terrific. So we've seen a cat and a dog. If any of you do have pets, go ahead and show them at some point throughout the semester because I'm eager to see. All right, let's quickly, just a couple things. I just want to walk through the syllabus. You can find it on the Moodle page. So here's the Moodle page. If you click here, view syllabus, pretty self-explanatory. You'll get a PDF that you can download. So here's what the syllabus looks like. I'm not going to go through word by word, verbatim. It's a pretty standard syllabus, but just let me know of any questions that you do have. So you can see on there, you have my email. You have Old Main 302 is our room number for Mondays and Wednesdays. And again, it says asynchronous Mondays and Wednesdays. So you're going to be in the classroom watching the recordings, like I mentioned, and then Fridays we'll meet like this. Again, you look at the course description, no required reading, the learning outcomes, kind of your basic Concordia required academic integrity statements, late work policies, that sort of stuff. It's pretty straightforward. Review at your own time. I'll talk about the course structure, our different units here in a second. You can see course grades and then assignments. So we have these certain assignments throughout the course. You can see the detailed descriptions of each, both on the syllabus and the Moodle page. So you can find them both online. And in the syllabus, you see all. So we have two research article summary assignments, for example. So we have one quantitative and one qualitative. We have a survey questionnaire assignment where you're actually going to construct a survey in Qualtrics, which is really exciting. You have your quantitative research assignment. So that's where this is like you're conducting your actual analyses and that sort of thing. So this is where you're actually going to get practice with SPSS. And then we get into qualitative stuff, field observation assignment, interview practice assignment, and then you have a final project, which is going to involve just a very short paper and then a short presentation, just kind of divvied up. You can tell I'm not going into depth on these because it's going to be overwhelming. Anyhow, I promise you they're quite accessible. Read them at your own time, but we'll go through the assignments. It's not as if you're going to get caught by surprise that, oh my gosh, I have an assignment due tomorrow. I'll remind you all. And you'll have Ulysses to remind you as well. One thing you'll note, which I'm sure is disappointing to everybody, is that this is not a class that has exams. Apologies for that. I know how much students love tests and quizzes. There will be none of that. It probably works for other people. Just from my experience, who needs exams when you have Google? I don't care if you need to memorize things. I literally have no interest in you memorizing any line of dialogue or any statistical procedure. I just want you to be able to apply it and take your time with these assignments and get good practice with it. So if anyone has issues with that, if anyone's like, oh my God, I really want to test, I'll make one for you if you want. Like I'm your friend here. I'm here to cooperate and collaborate. So if Ezra's like, man, I really want that 12-page test, you can have it if you want, but hopefully everyone's cool with no exams. You'll see the summary of grade components, so what each is worth in terms of points and whatnot, also on the Moodle page. And then at the very bottom, you see our course schedule, our class schedule. The Zoom link is included there as well. And just a reminder, it's on there that we're meeting in person or meeting live online on Fridays, and then Mondays and Wednesdays you're watching the recorded lectures. So on the course schedule, highlighted in red, you'll see a meeting denotion to the left of the dates. That's just, again, a reminder that on those Fridays, we're having our actual meetings. So that's all that means. You'll see what readings are assigned for those days, what the specific topics are, the units, which I'll talk about in a second again. So all of that's pretty self-explanatory. It also has, ignore this begin participation assignments. That's for when this class is going to be all together every single day. So I'll remove that for you. So ignore that. The assignments are also linked. So again, you'll have those on the course schedule where it'll say every time that an assignment is due, you know exactly that it's due. Hey, 11:59 p.m. by Sunday. You turn it in earlier. I am not a stickler as well for like no extensions or anything. If you need an extension for any reason at all, you're going to get an extension. Just let me know. So there's this other component in the grades, this participation grade. That should be a free 50 points for you. Because all I care about is participation is like what you're doing right now. Like we're going back and forth. We're talking. Your cameras are on. You're engaged. When let's say if you miss an assignment or you know that you're not going to be able to turn an assignment in on time because you've got so much else going on, just communicate with me. Just send me an email. I'm never going to be angry or upset that like an assignment has to be late or delayed or something, as long as you're just communicating as upfront as possible, as upfront as you can with me. So participation grade is pretty much just around those things. Again, different assignments. See when the assignments are due. The highlighted in green are just like class exercises that we'll do. You don't really have to pay too much attention to that because we'll just do it together in class. But I want to point out these asynchronous days. So what I mean by that, okay. So for instance, on Wednesday, February 5th is our first asynchronous day. What that means is that you are not going to formally meet in class. It means that I'm giving you that time, that designated class period time for you to use however you'd like. And how I recommend you use it, for example, there is work on that survey questionnaire assignment. And then as you're working through it during that time, Yalitza is available. If you need to email Yalitza, hey, can we hop on a call? I got some questions. Can we meet up? Or if you want to ask me questions, you can use that time to do all those things. So you'll see throughout the syllabus that there are highlighted asynchronous days, and usually they're around the times that we have assignments coming up. So I just want to make sure that you have enough time set to the side for you to ask questions and for us to have any touch points that we need to even meet one-on-one and that sort of thing. So hopefully that alleviates also some pressures around scheduling and whatnot. But those are resource days and kind of breaks for you. Okay, so we walked through the syllabus. Want to quick show you the Moodle page as well. I promise we're getting towards the end. So this is the Moodle page, a pretty standard Moodle page. Again, my office hours, my contact information, all that sort of stuff. The syllabus is linked here. The course Zoom link is linked there as well. Again, we'll use the same link. You do have an assignment, not a graded assignment, but you do have a to-do over the next couple of weeks. You need to get SPSS downloaded onto your computer and working. How you do that is you reach out to Concordia's IT department. It's right there. Their phone number I've linked on the Moodle page. Same with the email pcsupport@cord.edu, and they'll help you. They can literally just get into your computer and download it for you and give you an access code. It's pretty simple, but they need to do it. You can also access SPSS, you should at least, from certain computers on campus. So they can give you the answer if you're like, well, I don't want it on my computer, I'll just do it on like a library computer or something. They'll let you know how to get into that as well. But that's your first to do, okay? And then on the Moodle page, you will see all of the course schedule. The same sort of course schedule that's on the syllabus, but you see there are recordings there. So with these recordings, this is how you're going to view class. So the first class period is on the 13th. This is what you're going to watch. It's kind of just a basic in sociology. Everyone, you can see it's 30 minutes. It's actually a YouTube link. So if you can actually click on it and go to YouTube if you want instead, if that's easier for you. Hit subscribe and like. Am I right? Just kidding. I don't know. I'm like, I've watched enough YouTube videos that I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. This is just the easiest possible way to upload videos. So they are YouTube links. You can watch them straight from the Moodle page, or again, go externally and watch the video on YouTube itself. Also included with every recording are the slides and notes for those sessions. So I'm not just going to present slides to you and then say, good luck remembering it. You can actually click on this link and it'll download a PowerPoint that has all my notes under the slides, all the slides themselves. So you get all of those there as well. That's basically it for the Moodle page. You can see we've already got some recordings there. And then when you submit an assignment, there are submissions here in the course schedule. You can use that. If for some reason you have an issue with that, you can just email me the assignment as well. As long as I get it, that's what I care about. So I'm going to scroll down. At the very bottom of the Moodle page are the assignment walkthroughs as well. So assignment descriptions at the very bottom. So you can find them in the syllabus, but also here. If you have any questions further about these assignments, again, they're probably not all going to make sense, especially the stats one and the methods ones, if you look at it right now. But just let me know of any questions that you do have. Okay. So that was the Moodle page walkthrough. Any questions thus far? Just let me pause for a quick second. Super clear, super scared still. That's fine if you are. I promise it's going to be okay. You already did this, essentially. I don't know why I included this twice. Apologies. I get it. Some people are nervous. Some people are excited. We're all going to get to the finish line. Format of the class, okay? It's just in different units. That's all I really want to go over. So our first unit is just an introduction into, a little bit of introduction to sociology, then an introduction into research and research ethics, that sort of thing. Our second unit is going to be our quantitative unit. So that's going to be like our stats. So we're going to get stats out of the way pretty quickly. And some of you are like, heck yes. Some of you are like, no, don't give it stats to me yet. I'm scared. I get it. We're going to get through that pretty quickly though. The third unit is going to be qualitative research. That's going to be things like interviews, focus groups, field observations, that sort of stuff. And when I typically, it's like a split, half and half of students. Some students love the stats. Some students love the qualitative stuff. So I'll be curious where you all land. And then 4 will just be just a couple of weeks of putting it all together. So I put final projects and career exploration. The only reason why I put the career exploration part is because that's where the applied sociology comes in, where your final project is pretty much going to be like, what's a career of interest to you and how you're going to implement research into it, or how would you want to implement research? Pretty straightforward, but I want to apply it to something that you actually care about. Not that you don't care about general sociology. I'm sure all of you do. It's your favorite, line of study. I did the overview of assignments already. Again, participation. You can ignore the participation assignments mentioned there because we're not doing that because we're not meeting live every day. But I already mentioned why participation's included. The final project I just mentioned, the asynchronous days we've gone over. We might have a guest speaker or two. If we do, it'll just be recorded sessions. So for that day, it'll just be a recorded session online that you'll watch like a normal class period. But if we do have guest speakers, that's where they will end up. Class meetings, we already went through this as well. Mondays and Wednesdays, you're meeting in person in Old Main 302 from 1:20 to 2:30 with Yelitsa and watching those lecture recordings. Fridays, we're meeting just like this from 1:20 to 2:30, and you can take that from wherever you'd prefer. Grading. So this is my philosophy on grading, especially for a research methods and stats class. It's that we all have different starting points, right? So we're all going to have different end points. I don't expect everyone to get to the same exact spot in terms of comfortability and whatnot with all of these sorts of topics. So my goal is to just improve everyone's research literacy and ability around research and the material. Again, that's why we don't have exams, because they're, in my opinion, useless when it comes to these topics, because we all are different comfortability levels. My really principal concern is to demonstrate some sort of improvement or participation and engagement with the material. You know, if you giving a really good effort goes a long way to all these assignments and whatnot. And I really want you to think about research, not just a one and done, because so many other research, you know, courses that maybe I've taken before, it's like you never think about it again. I'm not saying you always have to think about this course for the rest of your lives, but I want you to take something out of it to apply it to certain career paths you're interested in. So that's really, I'm just trying to build that foundation with y'all. So I wouldn't stress out about the grading component. Again, put in that good faith effort, communicate well with me, we'll be fine. Office hours, we already went over it. I'm just going to say, just request whenever you want to meet and we'll meet. And then that's it. Any questions y'all have?
What's your favorite movie?
Oh goodness, the best question. Congratulations. You win. My favorite movie is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's very nostalgic for me. The third and best Indiana Jones film. It's just simply fantastic. My favorite movie this year, Dune Part 2 and Civil War were my two favorite films this year. I really liked A Complete Unknown. Big Bob Dylan guy. I really liked that a lot. So we'll talk more about movies. There's no doubt, Jacob. Thank you for bringing that up, though.
Yeah.
Any other questions about the course, about me, about whoever? I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. Any other questions? All right. All right. Then really the final thing is just, again, our next class meeting is on Monday. I won't actually see you live. You'll just see this ugly mug on a recording that you'll watch together in class. But please let me know of any questions you have. And please, please, please do not hesitate at all to reach out and meet if you'd like to. I will, as always, every single Friday, I'll stay after the courses or the classes finished. And so if you want to chat through anything, I'll just stick around. So one question that came up from Natalie, clarification for the recorded lectures on Monday, Wednesday. We'll be watching independently on our own devices. Oh, Elisa will set up the screen in front of you to record. Good question. Good question. Elisa will set that up, so that'll be easy. And the nice thing about those recorded sessions too is, like, let's say you're sick or something, or you miss, or you're traveling for a sport or an event, you can always go back and watch it and you won't miss anything, which is really great. So, all right, everybody, I'll stay back for just a couple more minutes, but other than that, y'all are free to go, and you will see me on Monday, and then I'll see you all on next Friday.
Have a good weekend.
You too, Randy.